And we are live, ladies and gentlemen. We want to welcome everybody back to the 5th episode of the Trash Talk Podcast. First and foremost, we want to say Happy New Year to everybody.
Yes, a very Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Guys, listen. We are both huge fans of music, particularly rap music.
Yes.
So what we're going to do today, we're going to basically do our top fives. Everyone says I say basically a lot.
I do too.
So basically.
I say a lot.
You know?
I gotta slow down maybe. Well, that's my thinking word, like,
You know. All right, but we're going to do our top fives, guys. Top five, in particular, rap music.
Let me add something first.
Yeah, go ahead.
We, us, right here, we're both lyricists.
I agree.
We still are.
Right? You want give him a taste of some of your. I'll give him one if you want me to.
A verse?
Just a quick 8-16, quick.
I get it when I hit him with a little bit of venom on the stage. I'm a rage in the middle of the building. Ladies and gentlemen, gonna be no more chilling when they come with a pump and they jump through the ceiling.
Hey, all right. Here's some that I went to the Simpsons. No. Hold on. Damn. Y'all got me.
No.
Give me your minute and let me inside your head and let me wake up your body like Night of the Living Dead. Tripping from sniffing glue like the kids in special ed while I'm cutting and pasting magazine articles on my legs. So just a piece.
Ooh, that's a little evil.
Yeah, but anyway, well, we're doing a top five. We got five different categories.
Yes.
And we're gonna pick 5 different rappers for each category. Now, the categories are, we got top 5 new rappers. And what new rappers means is basically of the past
20 years.
20 years.
Yeah.
And what's the second one?
The old school. We're going to go from 20 years back. Mm-hmm. And we're probably going to land all of our rappers from, 1990 to about 2010?
Yeah, I'd say something like that.
Yeah, so let's keep it in that 20-year range.
Right. Then the next category we have is top 5 producers. Mm-hmm. Now, that's a big one for not only me, but him as well. All of the music we used to make back in the days, if it wasn't me making the beat, and he engineering,
yes,
then he's making the beat and I'm engineering.
Yes.
So yeah. And the next one?
The next one is, we did producers, top 5 lyricists. Now, lyricists are different than rappers. You can rap, but are you a lyricist?
What's the difference?
Well, a rapper rhymes.
Okay.
A lyricist creates intricate lines that involve rhymes, usually multiple rhymes.
Can you be both?
Sure. Yeah, why not?
I would think I am one of those.
Me too.
Yeah. All right, and our final category for our top 5 today is, we're not going to do actually, I'm sorry, we got
this
2
is
more.
Number 4.
Yeah, number 4. So, in this one, this isn't going to be a 5. This is going to be 3. Top 3 groups of all time.
Yes. Consisting of at least 2 people.
Yes. So, in order to be qualified for the group category, you have to be at least 2 people.
Yeah, and I guess you could go up to 30, 40 people.
Yeah. And
the final one is the single and foremost, in our minds, the greatest rapper of all time. And that's going to be a top 3. Now, we can give some honorable mentions, whatever we want to do.
Right.
But we're going to keep it at 3 because that is an elite spot. And it doesn't necessarily mean we're going to do the biggest rappers of all time, not the biggest selling rappers of all time, but who in our mind is the most influential to us, who is the greatest rapper to us of all time.
All time. Now, something before we get into that, I just want to say, me and him have 2 totally different views on what we like on music. So he might say some names that I've never heard of.
Yes.
And I might say some names that he's never heard of.
Exactly.
But let's go ahead and get into it, guys.
Before we start, can we preface with maybe your style? Of course, is a little different than mine. What style would you say you gravitate to most?
Me, if I were to put my music into a genre, it would be a mix. Man, it'd be a mix between 3 things: Southern lyricists, country rap tunes. Mm-hmm. Okay, 4. Southern lyricists, country rap tunes, trap, and horrorcore. Mm-hmm. And yourself?
Well, I definitely would throw horrorcore in there because that's a big part of the history of my preference in rap.
Right.
Underground, basically. I like a lot of underground. I mean, there are some mainstream artists that I love, but I would say I gravitate more toward the underground, more toward the unheard, and another aspect would be the speed, the chopper aspect.
He calls it chopper. Never heard of
Yes.
that until today.
Well, Google it. Do your Googles, guys. Do your Googles, Hollywood.
I will do my Googles, Smokey.
All
right,
and
so
fix your mic arm.
is it messed up?
Yeah, it's a little off, but as long as it stays, we're good.
Yeah, we're good. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it, guys. Right now, top 5 new. Okay, you just want me to give my top 5?
Let's start with number 5. You do your 5, I'll do my 5.
Okay, for the top 5 new rappers.
Do you want to do honorable mentions? Do you have any?
Yeah, I do. I'd rather do those at the end, though.
At the end. Okay, let's do it.
Okay. All right, so my number 1, this isn't in any specific or particular order, but number 1 top 5 rapper of the new generation is Lil Baby. Now, the reason I say Lil Baby is because he came out very young. Mm-hmm. He came out when he, Lil Baby wasn't interested in making music. He was basically a hustler. I don't know if you guys know anything about the QC label. QC has the Migos, they have Lil Yachty, they have Lil Baby, OG Maco, people like that. But he wasn't necessarily a rapper, but because he hung around all these people, he decided to rap. Turns out when he started rapping, I mean, his flow, his delivery, the swag he's got, that's why he's in my top 5 spot.
Did you say where he was from?
Lil Baby is from Atlanta, actually.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what part of Atlanta, but he's from Atlanta.
Yes. Let's fix that.
Yeah.
It's gonna fall on us. I'll have to cut this out.
No, you good. Go ahead. Fuck it. Keep going.
All right.
All right.
Good?
We're good. Sorry, guys.
All right. All right. Technical difficulties, of course. My number 5 is Prof.
Never heard of him.
He's from Minnesota.
Okay.
Minneapolis.
All right.
Minnesota, as he calls it.
Now, you're not talking about Proof from D12.
No, not Proof. This is Prof. This young white cat from Minnesota. Very intricate rhymes. He's not a chopper per se.
Right.
He's not the fastest rapper out there. Although he can hold his own. He did a song called Look Me in My Face with Tech 9. And he did hold his own in that. And
Damn, he held his own with Tech 9?
he did. I mean, no one actually is on that level of Tech 9.
Oh,
but
wow.
he did hold his own. And Prof, just great lyrics. He's a genius. He's a lyrical genius. And as you'll find with my list, there's going to be a lot of lyrical
Okay, I got
geniuses on there.
All right, so my next for the top 5 is 21 Savage. Again, 21 Savage, he's just, guys, Atlanta, everybody in the music, first of all, I want to say hip-hop, rap is the number 1 genre of music right now. Mm-hmm. Now,
Has been for years.
for a while, yeah. Now, with 21 Savage, again, he was just a street dude. And he doesn't have the best lyrics. He doesn't have the best flow. But you know what he is talking about. When he says it, he means it.
Yes.
That's why I pick him for my 4th spot.
All right. In my 4th spot, we happen to have Yellow Wolf.
Yellow Wolf.
Bama. This guy's from Gadsden, Alabama. You may not know where that is, but let's say you were heading from up north around Fort Payne, coming from Tennessee, somewhere in there, and you're headed down to Birmingham or Anniston, Alabama.
Right.
Right in the middle, you're going to run into Gadsden, Alabama. It's a small city, and this man is from there, although he actually migrated to Atlanta to make a name for himself.
Oh, I did actually hear about that.
Yeah, first hit that I remember. I mean, he had a few like Kickin', which were hometown favorites or whatever,
Right.
but Pop the Trunk. Don't make me go pop the trunk
Hey.
on you.
Okay.
He got an old mouse asparagus and a musty old duffel bag laying in the back of the dump, boy.
Yeah.
And he was bad. Yellow Wolf eventually incorporated the country aspect. Did a few songs with Kid Rock after he got signed with Eminem's label.
Right. Okay.
But yep, that's my number 4, Yellow Wolf.
All right. Actually, that was your number 2. Oh, okay. We can go descending. All right, you're right.
Okay, man, my bad.
No, you're right. Well,
right.
to me, it's in no particular order.
Yeah, that's true.
All right, so my next one is gonna be Kodak Black. Reason I say Kodak Black, I'm a huge Gucci Man fan, and when I see Kodak Black, I see him as basically a new Gucci man. You know, Gucci caught that case, and it's just you when he raps, when he talks, you can feel that he's telling the truth. And he's a country dude. I'm from the country. That's why I relate to Kodak.
I get it. My number 3 is Token. Now, a lot of you may not know who Token is.
Never heard of him.
He's been compared to Eminem a lot. This kid, I mean, he is a kid too. He'll actually often have his mom in the videos with him.
What? How old is he? Do you know?
You know, I don't know right offhand. I've only been listening to him for maybe a year or so.
Right.
The kid has blazing speed on the microphone.
Okay.
Just the amount of lyrics this kid can spit out in bars is amazing.
Wow.
And basically, he's the new Eminem. He may not like being compared to that, but he knows that he's been compared to Eminem multiple times.
Dude, that's a big title to hold on to be compared to new Eminem.
Yes. But yep, that's my number 3.
All right, so my next one, top 5 new artists from this 20 years. I gotta go with Young Dolph. You guys know that I love Texas and Tennessee music. A lot of people say I talk like I'm from Tennessee. I don't know where they get that from, but apparently they say I do. I like Young Dolph because I've been listening to Dolph when he was, way back when. And now he comes out and he just got that flow and that swag. And sometimes it's not on beat, and Dolph be spitting lyrics sometimes too, man.
Yeah.
But that's my next pick. It's got to be Young Dolph.
All right, my next pick, coming in at number 2, is Tom McDonald.
Never heard of him. Old
Of
MacDonald had a farm.
Yeah, I'm sure he would love you saying that. Tom McDonald made a splash in the music industry with this song called White Boy.
White Boy.
And it was all about these, basically the politicalization of race here lately, and this mainstream, almost like a race war with social media that has been going on, you know, around the end of the Obama era and into the Trump era. And
Right.
he points out that in a lot of his main songs, he gets a lot of hate, but the boy is just amazing. Do yourself a favor and go listen to Tom McDonald. You can't go wrong with any of his hits. They're all bangers.
Okay, I'll have to check them out sometime. All right, guys, for my last one, and I'll say my last one, and then I'll give out a few honorable mentions real quick. But top 5 new. My last one has got to be XXX Tentacion. Dude, the reason I like X is because the way he raps, the things he talks about, and the stuff he says is basic. I honestly, dude, I feel like it's me. Like the way he talks, the things he talks about, the way he raps, it sounds like me when I was younger. You know, if you,
I can see that. Yeah.
If I had to give you guys one recommendation to go check out, go listen to Moonlight. That song is crazy. Or go listen to the song I Met the Devil Down in Miami or something like that. But he's just a deep emotional character. And a few of my honorable mentions, I only have 2 for the top 5 new rappers. Gotta go with Future. Future he's Future. Okay.
Now, did Future actually start the mumble rap era?
A lot of See,
or
I
was
know
it Slim Thug?
No, Slim. You could hear everything Slim Thug.
I'm sorry,
said.
not Slim Thug. Young Thug. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Well, okay, if you're gonna say that, then it would be Future because Future came out before Young Thug. But anyway, I don't think now Young Thug. I would put Young Thug's. Damn man. Okay, let me get on my honorable mentions.
Okay.
I'd give it to Future. He's one of my favorites. Gotta give it to Young Thug. He's one of my favorites. And yes, some people do consider him as a mumble rapper, but me personally, Young Thug, he just changed the game. It's like his voice is an instrument. And also Gucci Mane. Gucci Mane would probably be in my number 1, but I'm trying to give the younger guys some shine here. So those are my honorable mentions and my top 5.
You know what?
What's up?
Gucci Mane was mumble rap before there was a mumble rap.
You're damn. And you know what? Gucci came out before Future.
Yeah, long before.
But see,
Gucci was part of that old wave back in the 2000s, early 2000s.
Yeah, dude, Gucci is one of my go to my YouTube page where we post all this. I made a song dedicated to Gucci. It's called Dedication to Guwap. And on the thumbnail says, "What would Guwap do?" Go check it out. Anyway, let's
Now, hold on. Before I get into mine, did you ever hear 22 Savage?
yeah, Funny Mike. His name's Funny Mike.
Yes.
He was trolling.
Yeah, he was. And
But
it
the
was
dude
awesome.
could spit.
Yeah,
he could spit though.
He had a guest artist on one of his songs that was a troll of Gucci Mane.
Really?
And he called himself Mane.
Main in it, bit. Yo, your boy Main.
It was amazing. You know how Gucci wears he actually had the gut and
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And Gucci wears like the Ferrari shirt or whatever.
Yeah.
He had one that just said foreign cars on it. It was.
That's awesome.
If you ever get a chance, go check out that video. It was called "Big Stupid Bitch."
Sweet. All right. Who's your last and honorable mentions?
Oh, my number one,
Top 5 new rappers from the 20 years. Let's hear it.
Hobson,
Oh wow, damn.
California, Bay Area.
Dude, the ill
The
mind.
Valley, actually, not Bay Area. He's Valley.
All of the ill minds of Hobson's are fucking dope.
Crazy, man. He is a lyricist beyond belief. You know, he got a lot of flack for copying Eminem, which a lot of these rappers did, you know. But, you know, how can you blame him? I mean, everybody copied Eminem after Eminem blew up.
Well, he admits that. He says that Eminem was definitely a huge influence.
And he has spawned off into his own original style since then.
Right.
And definitely of the new era, one of the greatest.
Okay, cool. Any honorable mentions?
Yeah, I got Denzel Curry, a new favorite of mine.
I know.
He can be put into that category with XXX.
Well, I don't know much about Denzel Curry other than him being from Florida. And fun fact here, guys, before XXX was a rapper, XXX was homeless at one point and needed a place to stay. Denzel Curry let him come stay at his house. So
yes,
yeah.
Do yourself a favor and go check out Clout Cobain.
Great song. I know that song. That's a good song.
Yes, it is. A couple more. Joyner Lucas, political.
Okay, I love
Very
that song.
political.
I'm not racist.
Yes, very political, amazing lyricist.
Right.
And yeah, that's about it for my new era.
Okay, cool. You want to start off with the next one? Then?
All right, top 5 of the old era.
Meaning not these 20 years, the 20 years before that.
Yes,
so
yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, from the 90s to 2010.
Gotcha.
So in there.
Gotcha.
I'm going to start off with maybe the biggest name of all time. My number 5 is Tupac Shakur.
Oh, God, dude.
Now, I don't care. I do not care what these
God.
kids want to say about Tupac. Tupac was influential. Tupac was serious. Tupac was real. Tupac had lyrics. Not the best lyricist, no. And his flow, he had a great flow.
Yeah, it was what he was talking about.
Exactly.
And that goes back to me with the whole 21 Savage and the whole Lil Baby and Kodak Black thing. Tupac, what he said, you believed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I say he's one of the realest of all time.
All right. So my first top 5 rappers from the past 20 years, not these from 1990 to above.
Yes.
I got to go with Lord Infamous.
Oh, yeah.
Guys, I am a huge 666 fan, 6 in this bitch. And Lord Infamous, if the flow that everybody does now, Lord Infamous created that flow.
Yes.
And if you're a rapper from Atlanta, I'm gonna salute you. I'm gonna give you props. This is the home. But this is one, not beef, but one thing I have to say about the Migos is they don't credit Lord Infamous. Lord Infamous literally gave them that sound. So
well, the whole style,
yeah,
and even horrorcore, all spawned from what Infamous
3-6
created. Yes,
dude, Lord, and guys, one of my favorite all-time verses of all time, go listen to the first 45 seconds of the song called Sleep by 3-6 Mafia. Lord Infamous destroyed that verse.
R.I.P.
Yes, sir. R.I.P. Lord Inf.
All right, my number 4 is another classic, maybe the second biggest rapper of all time.
Wait, your number? Oh, you did give me your 5. Go ahead.
Yes.
Sorry.
Biggie Smalls.
Dude, these are so cliche, man.
Oh, it gets better.
Hold on.
Listen. During this era, I was not digging into the underground, although I do have borderline underground in here.
Right.
But during this era, high school, you didn't think about this. It was before the internet, so you weren't digging into just files. You weren't digging into the back catalog of anyone.
Right.
You were going to the Tower Records or the Warehouse Music and whatever they had on the
FYE.
rack.
Remember
Yes,
FYE?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You whatever they had on the rack was what you listened to.
See, the reason I'm not putting Pac or Biggie in mine is because that's what everybody says. We know Pac is a GOAT. We know
Yes.
Big. Honestly, I'm not even gonna say Biggie's a GOAT, and the reason I'm not gonna say that is because Biggie only put out 2 albums.
Well, I can tell you this though, he's not my greatest of all time. Either one of those two.
Well, we'll get to the greatest of all time.
Yes.
All right. So you done with Pac?
Yes.
Okay.
Biggie Smalls.
I'm sorry, Biggie Smalls. Now my next one, after where we at? After Lord Infamous, guys. Gotta give it to Pastor Troy. I love Atlanta music, and Pastor Troy, he didn't start the crunk movement, but Pastor Troy,
He was influential in the crunk movement.
dude. If you ask me, Pastor Troy is probably the father of the new Atlanta wave.
Yeah.
The reason I say he is, I don't know, man. It's just he came out with those songs, vice versa.
What if heaven was hell and vice
Versa. If I told you go to hell, would you tell I cursed you? Bruh, he was a beast. But, and not only that, back then I was a big wrestling fan. And,
so was he, apparently.
dude, he carried a heavyweight champion belt with him. But he actually made a song called Champion that used Goldberg's theme, the Goldberg.
Yeah.
But it said Pastor. It was so dope, man. So he's my number 5 for the or I'm sorry, my number 4 for the past 20 years. Top 5. Go ahead.
All right, my number 3. You mentioned Lord Infamous earlier.
Got to.
I'm going with the entire 3-6 Mafia.
Okay.
What?
I mean,
what?
because
Get it
that's
out
not
your
one
chest.
person. That's 6, 7 people.
Yeah.
Okay, hey, go ahead. That's fine.
I mean,
Go ahead. All
right. Well, okay. You want me to pick somebody?
If you had to pick, yes, I would like.
It's close between DJ Paul and Coops the Nika. I'm gonna say Coops the Nika.
I forgot about Coop.
I'm gonna say Coops the Nika.
I forgot about Coop.
Now Coop he followed in the footsteps of Infamous,
Right.
and he was big into horrorcore.
Right.
And
He made a album called The Devil's Playground.
Yes, he did. And followed it up with the K Project.
Yeah.
Which was a spoof of the Blair Witch Project.
Right.
And he went through the whole struggle of him selling his soul and trying to reverse the whole process. And it was a great album.
Coops and Nika was a beast, man.
Yes, he was. And during that time with the K Project, he had actually gotten kicked out of 3-6
Yeah.
before his return.
Again, another R.I.P. R.I.P. Coops and
Yes.
Nika. All right. My next one. Let's see. We got. Oh man, guys. Playa Fly. Again, I love Tennessee music, man. But Playa Fly was originally a member of 3-6 Mafia, and when he left 3-6 Mafia, he made a disc called Triple Bitch Mafia. Hardest song ever, dude. And his flow, like it's not an elementary flow, but it's just like, it's hard to explain, but it's pretty dynamic. So that Playa Fly definitely has to go into my top 5.
All right. My number 3 or number. You know what? No, yes, right. We're on number 2, right? All right. My number 2, Mr. Cow.
Mr. Cow.
New Orleans.
Actually, that's your number 3. No,
It's
that's
number 2.
You're right.
Yeah, because I was going first on this one. So, Mystical is number 2, and Mystical was a straight no limit soldier.
I'm a no
He
limit
was
soldier.
Master P's right hand man at one point. And he was probably the best seller on No Limit Records, other than Master P himself.
Damn, think about Snoop though, man.
Well, yeah, but do you count Snoop? He was in there for one album, right? Or was it
I
two?
think he had 2. I
Yeah,
think he
maybe
had
2.
2.
Yeah, okay, so. But anyway, Mystical. He went pop for a little while.
Right.
I don't hold that against him.
Danger.
Danger.
Yeah. All right. Well.
Yep, I love Mystical. I saw him.
Oh, dude, hold on. Before you get off on that, Mystical, again, one of my favorite songs of all time is I Smell Smoke.
Yeah. Oh, it was great. He was a good storyteller.
1 to 2, 2 and 3 that turns to 4, 5 and 6. I heard a doom 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 at the door.
Evidence all over. I've been doing something serious.
Gotta hide this shit.
Cause I know that's
Hotel security.
Ooh, that was fine.
Yeah. All right. My next one. Y'all gonna hate me for this, but again, I love Southern hip hop, man. Kilo Ali. Kilo's he didn't start the bass movement in Atlanta, but Kilo, he was one of the first people. Nowadays, everybody's rapping and singing. They have such a melodic flow to it. Kilo invented that, man.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, dude, like loving your mouth, or Nasty Dancer, or Lou Chi Chi. So many good songs that Kilo Ali has. So he's definitely gonna be in my spots.
Probably one of the biggest players in the booty music era.
100%.
Yep. All right, let's get to number 1. This is, well, I'll just say, number 1 of my top 5 old is Tech 9.
Okay.
Tech 9. What else can you say? The man is still out there performing 3 tours a year
and selling out all of them.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, he's the biggest independent
artist
of all time
in the world. Yes. Yeah. Of all time. Yeah. And for him to do it for 20 years or more, I mean, I think he didn't really, I mean, he was doing this back in the mid 90s. Didn't really blow until the early 2000s.
Yeah.
But since he blew. Yes, he has never stopped, never looked back. Puts out 2 albums a year.
Right.
He's probably got 30, 40 of them by now.
And a huge loyal fan base.
Yes, it's almost like, he calls them technicians, but it's almost like the Juggalos,
That's
how
awesome.
his fan base is dedicated to him.
Mm-hmm.
And they eat it up, man.
Right.
And he can still sell out arenas.
Nice. Any honorable mentions?
No, I don't have any honorable mentions on that one.
Okay, my final number 1 on my top 5 of the old rappers. I'm gonna have to give it. Man, see, do you put him in the old or? Yes, I'm gonna have to put him in the old. Lil Wayne.
Yeah,
Lil Wayne, because he started when he was 13,
he started
14.
In the mid-90s. Yeah.
So it has to be Lil Wayne. Now, I don't even have to speak on that. In the 2000 to 2004, 2005 era,
yes,
Lil Wayne was the pinnacle of rap music.
And I don't care what you say about Lil Wayne. He actually made like intelligent rap.
Yeah.
And he made it cool. He made it something that people wanted to do. He made skateboarding look cool,
look awesome as hell, man.
Whereas other rappers would have been too afraid
to
they
put
would think
themselves
it's square,
there. Exactly.
Yeah.
And not only that, but he's Lil Wayne's a lyricist, man.
He is. I agree.
Now I have a few honorable mentions, guys.
All right.
In there, I have to give Devin the Dude. Devin the Dude was a beast, man. He was different. And also I'd have to put Lil Flip in there, because when it came to freestyling, when it came to the swag back in the days, between Lil Flip and like Big Hawk or Lil Kiki or Zero, man, their freestyle ability and just the way that they carried themselves in any track, you couldn't
freestyle
touch. King, exactly. All right, so the next one, guys. Next one we have top 5 producers. Top 5 producers of all time.
You could in the hip hop genre, you can call them beat makers also.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah, they are all legitimate producers.
Right.
But most people know them for their beats.
Do I give my first or?
Yeah, this is your category.
All right. So number 5 on my top 5 producers of all time has to go to DJ Paul from the 3-6 Mafia, because if you guys really want to think about it, the crunk music, the trap music, DJ Paul started that. The hard 808s, the deep bass, the melodic tones. That's what you hear from the old 3-6 Mafia.
The double time measures.
Yes. All that was done by DJ Paul. So definitely he's got to take my number 5 spot.
All right, my number 5 is most people won't know him, but if you are in the horrorcore world, if you're in the Midwest hip hop scene, this guy, Mikey Clark.
Never heard of him. Sounds like I went to elementary school with him.
You probably did. Now, I've actually met this guy personally. He's a cool guy, man. He started out as a producer for the Insane Clown Posse.
ICP.
He produced most of the stuff you ever heard from Psychopathic Records. He's produced for Kid Rock and
Damn.
a lot of big names around Detroit and Midwest, and even branched out farther than that. But
Wow.
you know, if you listen to a Psychopathic album from the mid '90s up to the mid 2000s, that's Mikey Clark music.
Wow. Okay. Well, now my next one is he's synonymous with the first person, but Juicy J, the DJ Paul Juicy J. I mean, when they got together, and you can tell the difference between a DJ Paul beat back in the day and a Juicy J beat back in the day. But when they mixed it together, it was nothing like it. We're gonna say something?
No.
If you got one beat that a lot of people know about that they intertwined with is the International Players Anthem.
Mm-hmm.
That I choose you, girl. That song is so dope. But that's both of them on there together, and they just make a phenomenal team.
Even worked with some big pop stars over the years.
Katy Perry,
Yes.
Madonna,
Yeah,
a lot of people.
it's amazing. All right, number 2 is the guy who took what DJ Paul had started, crunk music, and turned it into a global phenomenon.
Okay, I think I know who you're gonna say.
Yeah!
What?
That's Lil Jon.
Of course, man.
And being from Atlanta, man, I got to see him live one year.
Oh man, how was it?
Oh, it was amazing.
Jesus.
It was amazing. It was actually,
What?
It wasn't even in Atlanta. It was
What?
Illinois.
What?
Yeah. Love Lil Jon, man. His beats are top notch, and there'll never be another Lil Jon.
Never. And he's actually worked with the majority of the people on our
Oh
list.
yeah. Probably influenced the majority of them as well.
Of course. All right, guys. My number 3 on this would be DJ Quick. Now, do you know who DJ Quick is?
Yeah.
Okay, so back in the day, all of the Bone Thugs albums that were on Ruthless Records, all of Eazy-E's records, a lot of the stuff that came from Death Row, all DJ Quick, man. It's the first of the month, DJ Quick. For the love of mine, gotta make that DJ Quick. I mean, he just had, it was almost, to me, it sounded like a mix between Southern rap music.
Yeah, because it had a lot of 3-6
influence.
Yeah.
Dude, by the way, fun fact, Bone Thugs and Harmony and 3-6 Mafia actually
Had a beef.
A real big beef.
Yes, because a 3-6 felt like when Bone came out that they had stolen their style, and really it was the same thing. I mean, you didn't catch 3-6 doing these harmonies and things, but that was essentially the style that they were copying.
So, in your opinion, who started the style first?
3-6.
Yeah, I would agree. I
mean, Bone Thugs had this barbershop quartet thing going on.
Right.
This hip hop barbershop quartet.
Right.
And it was extremely marketable, and Eazy found that and put them
Blew
on.
it up, man.
But yeah, when it came to structuring the songs and the style of flow,
Right.
you know, like I said, 3-6 didn't harmonize,
Yeah.
but they invented that style.
Absolutely, 100%.
And along with me, you, and a lot of other rappers have used that style.
100%. Everybody does now.
All right, what number are we on? Okay, my number 3 started an entire movement in the mid-90s. Had everyone listening to it. I remember back in high school, this guy had gothic kids listening to his music.
These are producers, guys. So.
Yes. Master P.
Oh, man.
What you gonna make him say?
Hold on. Well, before we do that, we can go ahead and intertwine
Well, I
this.
got some crossover too, so.
Well, because my next one was Master P.
Yeah.
So we'll count that as ours together.
Okay.
But what were we gonna say about him?
Like I said, he started an entire movement. This was the first guy to basically go corporate with his label.
Right.
You know, all independently at first. I mean, he had some major label backing for distribution.
Universal maybe, I think.
Yeah, you may be right. I'd have to look into that, but Master P was an extremely intelligent businessman when it came to the industry of music. Wasn't the greatest rapper.
No.
Had some catchy music though. Jesus
Dude,
Christ. And his beats were top notch.
And now what I can say about Master P is he could take anybody. He could take Mystical.
And he did.
He took anybody. Mystical, Mia X. In my opinion, hold on. Silk the Shocker, one of the worst.
Well, his brother, so.
Yeah, but dude, he took one of the worst rappers.
He was, yeah.
And made him sound dope.
Dude, you could throw Silk in there with Crunchy Black, Shaggy.
That's
Shaggy
blasphemy. That's blasphemy. Don't. How could you put Crunchy in there? I love Crunchy Black.
I do too. But
just,
as far as a lyricist,
he would. Okay. Well, all right. Yeah. Let's go on. All right. So my next one, guys, because we both have Master P. Now this guy right here is near and dear to my heart. My number one producer of all time is Pimp C. Pimp C. Man, all I'm gonna say on this, do your Googles. Pimp C. Pimp C. Rest in peace, Pimp C.
Legend. All right, and my second one was actually DJ Paul, which we've already covered.
Okay.
So let's get to number one, and I can already hear you say it.
Oh God, let's hear it.
Dr. Dre.
Oh, there's no debating that. He's not in my top 5, but he's a beast.
Yes. And I thought you were going to say, well, that's a given. Like, everybody.
I mean, he is a given. Everybody's
He's a Tupac and Biggie.
You're right. But like you said, with Master P going corporate, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Dr. Dre was the first hip-hop billionaire.
Yeah. I don't know that for sure, but I would say that's got to be close.
I'm almost positive with the Beats headphones.
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah.
Or it wasn't 50 Cent, right?
He
sold Vitamin Water, though?
Well, I think Beats came before, and I don't even think Vitamin Water made $1 billion, did it?
It might have been $500 million.
Yeah.
Something like that when he sold it to Coke.
Gotcha.
But, yep. What else can you say? It's Dr. Dre. Everybody knows him. Everybody knows his music.
I mean,
Ting. You know, everybody knows.
He brought us the Eminems. He brought us the 50 Cents. He brought us the Snoop Dogs.
The NWA.
I mean, the list goes on and on and on.
Ice Cube,
bro. Man, he might have been in my top 5.
Yeah.
All right. Is it my turn to introduce the next?
No, this one's mine.
Okay.
All right. Now we're going to get into the top lyricists of all time.
This is near and dear to him.
Oh yeah, I love lyricists, man. If you are a lyrical genius, you can flow quick. You just have the lyrics. It's amazing to me that, I mean, even though I value myself as a pretty decent rapper and lyricist, like, these people that I'm going to list are just geniuses that were so far ahead of their time.
Right.
All right, so my number 5 on this list of the greatest lyricists, in my opinion, Busta Rhymes.
Oh God, no.
You know, I'm not very fond of the New York flow, but Busta Rhymes was out of that box.
Wah 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 wah. Ya 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 ya.
Tell me that's not great.
Terrible.
No.
Terrible.
This is serious.
Hey.
We could make you delirious.
Hate
you
it.
should have a healthy fear of us.
I hate
Too
it.
much of us is dangerous. It's
Trash.
so dangerous. It's so
Trash.
dangerous. Whole entire unit is
Trash.
dangerous. Busta Rhymes is great. And the guy had an amazing flow. He was one of the fastest rappers of all time.
Yes, I will give him that. And another person under the Master P umbrella. No Limit umbrella.
And he was a lyrical genius.
All right. Well, my number 5, I have to give it to Bun B. Now, Bun B was part of the UGK Pimp C coalition.
Underground Kings.
Now, with that dynamic, the duo that they had was just it was just incredible. You had Pimp C that had this, hey man, know what I'm talking about? Pull up on a bitch with a switch, gotta hit this lane on a, you know what I'm talking about? He come out with that, and then he made the soulful country rap tune beats. But then you come in with Bun B, and he's gonna give you those lyrics, big words, dynamic flow. Definitely.
Read a book, you illiterate son of a bitch. Step up your vocab.
I mean, dude. Oh, and sipping. Dude, okay, sipping on some scissor. We mentioned DJ Paul, Juicy J, and UGK. They made one of the best songs ever. Sipping on some scissor. And by the way, another fun fact: before Pimp C died, 3-6 Mafia and UGK were actually gonna make a joint album, and it was gonna be called Underground Mafia.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, who's your next?
My next is an Atlanta native, Bankhead, T.I.
Tip.
Yes.
Tip.
I mean, everybody knows T.I. T.I. is a great lyricist, you know, and there was debate about this back in the early 2000s that
people hated him back then.
Yeah.
He had a beef with one of my favorite rappers, Lil Flip.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a big one.
Yeah.
But T.I., I love T.I. T.I. is great lyricist. You know, even with the Southern, you know, a lot of people discredit the Southern slang, you know, the drawl, the Southern drawl. And, you know, that it almost turns them away thinking that he may not be a lyricist because of that. But
it's because y'all ain't from down here, you know what I'm talking about?
T.I. had lyrics. He had bars. Listen to T.I.
Now, the first song he came, I want to say it was the first mainstream song, but I think the reason people were the people were so turned off by Tip is because he made a song with Beanie Man or some Jamaican dude, and it was a terrible song, man.
I agree, but
he's up there.
Jesus, over the years he has made some bangers.
Okay. All right, my next, number 4, I have to give it to Mr. Andre 3000. Dude, you cannot mention the best lyricist of all time without bringing Andre 3000 in there. Big Boy was, I really wasn't never a fan of Big Boy, but the whole Outkast movement, I mean, was just phenomenal. Andre 3000 is definitely going to take my number 4 spot, and he definitely deserves it.
All right, my number 3 spot is another Atlanta native.
Oh, I love this Atlanta
this
shit.
Is Mr. Big Words right here.
Okay.
This guy took the industry by storm and became one of the top artists in the industry almost overnight, became a pop sensation eventually. This is Ludacris.
Oh, of course,
Luda!
Bro. Of course, man.
Man, the guy is uber famous.
Right.
The guy, I mean, it all came from his mouthpiece. I mean,
and you know, before he was a rapper, he actually was a DJ. On Hot 97.5.
DJ Lover.
Oh, guys, let me tell y'all a story real quick. Back when I was young, and when he was a radio personality at Hot 97.5 here in Atlanta, they had a contest for someone to win a Daewoo car. Do you remember Daewoos?
And
didn't
last long, but I remember them.
My aunt actually won that contest, and Chris Lover Ludacris drove that car to where we lived at and dropped it off. So I actually met, not when he was Ludacris, but when he was Chris Lover.
Man, that's
interesting story, right?
Yeah. to know that guy became so famous. I mean, he's like the Rock of the music industry.
Yeah, well, they were both in Fast and the Furious too. So
I guess that's why I made that correlation.
All right, my next one, number 3, guys. I'm sure a lot of you guys aren't gonna know about this, and I'm not gonna say much about it. I just want you guys to do your Googles and just listen to a few songs. Once you hear him spit, you will know why I put him in the top 5 lyricists. His name is K Reno. He doesn't know who he is, but Google K Reno and listen to any of his songs.
Hold on. I'm supposed to say, never heard of him.
Yeah, some shit I would do. Yeah. But he's from Texas. He wasn't part of the Screwed Up Clique. He wasn't part of Swisher House, but he had something called the South Park Coalition. And K Reno, Eminem has said on record, the best lyricist ever is K Reno from Houston, Texas. Do your Googles, guys.
Well, speaking of that, my number 2 is Eminem.
Wow. Damn, I'm curious to see who your number one is.
Eminem. Guy came from. Everybody knows the backstory. Why am I going to give you a backstory on Eminem?
Right. And just watch 8 Mile.
Yeah. Eminem, greatest lyricist. Well, my number 2 greatest lyricist, but to a huge chunk of the world, he is the greatest lyricist of all time.
Okay. That's a good number 2. All right. If I had to get my next one, again, a lot of you people aren't going to know this, but Zero. Zero is, again, from Texas. He's an original member of the Screwed Up Clique. Not only does he have amazing freestyle potential, but when he puts lyrics together, I mean, he's like this. If you guys know who Slick Rick is, Slick Rick was great at telling stories. That's what Zero did. If I want to recommend a song to you guys, go to Google or YouTube a song called Blast Myself by Zero. He's a beast.
Oh, yeah. I remember him from way back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
All right, number 1. You want to know who's better than Eminem?
Who is better than Eminem, Smoke?
Tech 9.
I knew it.
I
knew it.
Tech 9, greatest lyricist of all time. I mean, we've already went into his bio a little bit. All you got to do is listen to one Tech 9 song.
I agree. He's
one Tech
he's a
9.
beast.
Just pick any of them. And Tech 9 will prove why he's the greatest lyricist of all time.
So you put Tech 9 over Eminem?
Yes. Listen to the song they did together.
I heard it.
Dude,
oh man,
it will make you die and come back to life in one song.
Let me ask you this: do you think Jay-Z's a good lyricist?
I do. I don't put him up there as high as some people do. I think he is a good lyricist. You know, I'm not big on the New York flow. This is just my opinion.
You know,
the offbeat rap just turns me off, man.
Because you're from the South, that's why. A lot of people from the South just didn't like the whole East Coast flow.
If that's what you're into, that's what you're into. You know, Jay-Z's a great lyricist. He had lyrics. He was good.
Right. Well, the reason I brought it up is because you said listen to the song between Tech 9 and Eminem.
Yes.
Have you heard Renegade, Jay-Z and Eminem?
I don't think I've heard that. No.
Great song, bro.
Yeah?
Great song. You should check
He
it out.
holds his own, huh?
He does. All right. Is it my turn?
Yes, it is.
All
Number
right,
one.
guys. My number one of freestyle. I'm sorry, not freestyle. What am I talking about? Lyricists. Again, y'all ain't gonna agree with me on this, man. But this is another Texas native rapper, Chameleonaire. Chameleonaire had lyrics for days.
And you know, most of the world knows one song.
They see
Trying
me
to catch me.
rolling,
Yeah.
they hating, patrolling and trying to catch
Me
me.
riding dirty.
Okay,
Try to catch me riding dirty.
trying to catch me white and nerdy.
White and nerdy. Hey, that was Weird Al was a lyricist, right?
Hell no, no. Listen, all right, but with Chameleonaire, the reason if you listen to any Chameleonaire's freestyles, they sound like he wrote them. Like they sound like if you catch us walking up with no swangers and a dappers, then I sincerely give you permission to walk up and just slap us. I mean, and he's freestyling that, but now when he actually spent time to write the lyrics down, I mean, they were great, man. If I had to give some honorable mentions, is that okay?
Yeah, one thing before about Chameleonaire.
Yeah.
Remember when Mike Jones had a beef with Chameleonaire?
Dude,
And Paul Wall was stuck in the middle of that?
Who the hell is Mike Jones?
Exactly.
No pun intended.
Does anybody remember Mike Jones?
Mike 281.
Okay, so his biggest diss toward Chameleonaire was, ain't nobody like a lyricist anyway. Who cares about lyricists?
Basuda.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
He was garbage.
But anyway, two honorable mentions. I have to give it to Twista. Twista was a beast. The way he kept the flow, and actually made it all fit in together. And not only Twista, but one person he said I got to give it to T.I.P. Clifford Harris. T.I. is a beast when it comes to lyrics. Who's your number one, man?
I just gave my number one.
Oh, did you?
Tech 9.
That's right.
This is your category now.
All right.
Groups.
All right. We're gonna do just three groups. Now, my number one or my number 3 favorite group of all time has got to be Bone Thugs and Harmony. Bone Thugs, I mean, what can you not say about Bone Thugs? They were influential. And I'm giving out these facts, guys. Bone Thugs are the only people in history of hip hop music to ever make a song with Eazy-E, Tupac Shakur, and Biggie Smalls. They're the only people to ever do that. And their flow, the dark melodic tones, that's why they have to be my number 3.
My number 3 is Bone Thugs and Harmony.
See, we agree. All right.
Yeah.
Dap it up.
I do. I mean, Bone Thugs, like the barbershop quartet of hip hop.
Right.
No one had done it before, and no one has done it since.
There's a lot of people trying to imitate it, but no one can do it like Bone.
All right.
Who's your next one?
You want to go on to the next one? My next one, the AT-Aliens. Outkast. And I was almost expecting you to go, that's my number 2 as well.
No, they're not. They should. They'd probably be number 4, but they're not in there.
Yeah, swinging Cadillac dolls.
Me
and your mama and your cousin too.
too.
Rolling down the strip on
foes. Coming up, slamming Cadillac doors. Hey, man. Outkast.
Tell me you could not ride all night listening to Outkast.
Dude, probably one of my favorite albums of all time is AT-Aliens. Great.
AT-Aliens, Southern Playlist, the Cadillac Music.
Aquemini.
Stankonia, Aquemini. Oh,
man,
my God,
great.
they had some music, man.
My number 2, I'm sure you guys going to be able to go ahead and point this out, but it's 3 6 Mafia. We've already said everything we can about 3 6, man, but they invented the music that you hear on the radio now, or the most popular song was made by 3 6 Mafia.
Yes.
100%.
They invented it all. They invented horrorcore. They invented crunk.
Trap.
Yes.
Oh, another fact. If you know about music, if you guys know what an 808 is, 808 is basically the that's an 808. The sound that you hear in every rap song. DJ Paul invented the 808. The 808 pattern, I guess you could say.
In hip hop. Yes. Yeah. That MPC beat machine.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, and he worked the hell out of it and made art with it. And that just happens to be my
You're
number
2. You're number 1.
Yeah, because I went first on this
one. Okay, that's right. Okay. Anything you want to add to them?
No, actually, you went first. The only reason I got switched over because we had the same ones was Bone. So,
wait, who? Oh, okay. You had Bone, you had Outkast, and 3 6.
Let me give my honorable mention.
Go ahead
before we get into your number 1.
Okay.
And everybody's gonna hate me. They're the most hated group ever in the history of the world.
He's about to say the Backstreet Boys. What?
Yeah, the Backstreet Boys, guys. I love.
Oh Lord.
It's actually insane.
Damn it! I fucking knew it.
Let me tell you this. I don't care if you hate it. Everybody's gonna hate it, and they like being hated. It is the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh Lord Jesus!
Look.
That's his genre, though. That's what he likes.
I like horrorcore. I mean, I like old school horrorcore.
Right.
I even like the new stuff. I don't think they even call it horrorcore anymore. But the things that Suicide Boys and HO 9909, Triple X,
Seed of Six.
Yes. Denzel Curry, the things they're doing now all started with horrorcore. That back in the day, the Gravediggers, the Twisted,
Esham.
Esham.
Would you put Immortal Technique in there? Immortal Technique?
Yeah, for a time, that's exactly what he was doing.
Have you ever heard of Seed of Six?
Yeah.
So you know who they are?
Yeah, I haven't got into them deeply, but yeah.
We're so big. We're huge 3 6 Mafia fans. Lord Infamous has died. Coops Danica has died. But Seed of Six is basically the children and the nephews of 3 6 Mafia. And DJ Paul makes all their beat, and it sounds like that old 3 6.
Yeah.
But they're not in my group.
And ICP worked with 3 6.
Terry, I'll stab you with an umbrella and open it.
There was some garbage in there. I'll give you that. But think about this. I mean, for all the goofy stuff they did, they had the most dedicated fan base. Oh, like we were talking about with Tech 9.
Dude, the Juggalos are everywhere.
For them to start in '89 or whatever it was, and to still have a bigger fan base today, but from the '90s, when they had their mainstream run and they were on major labels. man, for them, just like Tech Nine, for them to still be doing it for this long.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it's just my white boy opinion, but I'll give some credit to them. I mean, it's an honorable mention. They're not in my top 3, but I'll give an honorable mention for them just for doing what they've done for so long.
You're right. And they still, to this day, hold this thing called The Gathering, and they have all the...
Tens of thousands of people show up.
It's a huge...
And every artist, every hip-hop artist you can think of, even some rock artists.
3-6 Mafia.
Yeah. They have worked with them all, and they all come to those gatherings, and everybody we've named on this list has performed at those gatherings.
Right. So my number 1 group has to be UGK. Again, Pimp C, Bun B, the dynamic duo, put Southern rap. Damn, man, I mean, I can't say enough about them. They're phenomenal. Now, if I had to get some honorable mentions here, I only have one honorable mention. It'd be 8 Ball and MJG. Coming out hard. That album just, I mean, Jesus, man. That's it. My top 3. So for my top 3, I have Bone Thugs and Harmony, which we both agree on.
Yes.
3-6 Mafia.
Outkast.
And Outkast, and mine would be UGK.
And mine would be 3-6 for the top.
All right.
Now, the greatest of all time. You want to just name them all 3 because I'm sure the greatest of all time is in the list that we've already named.
I'm sure. And this is only 3, guys.
Yes.
Wait, is this in an order, or like this one's better than that one, or is this just...
Yeah, I'll start with number 3, 2, and 1.
Okay.
Number 3, and you don't like this, but it's Tupac.
Well, I'm not saying I don't like it. I'm just saying that's what everybody says.
It's a given.
Why?
But why can't that be my favorite?
Why?
I think I've already explained that, right?
I guess you have. Pac is a beast, man.
For his time. Yeah, Biggie was a little bit of lyricist. And I'm not saying Tupac was a great lyricist, you know. Tupac was one of the most influentials, the most respected.
Okay.
The realest rapper. I mean, Biggie would throw out some lines, you're like, yeah, nobody does that in real life.
Armed and dangerous. Can't too many come hang with us. Straight up, we know angel dust. Label us.
Notorious. That was, oh, God.
Pac's your number 3.
Number 2 is Eminem.
Wait. Okay, so Biggie's not in your number 2.
No.
Okay, so Pac, then Eminem. Okay.
Yeah, because Biggie would be number 4 if I had to throw him in there.
I can't wait to hear your number 1.
Who do you take a guess?
I'm willing to bet money it's Tech Nine.
It's Tech Nine.
I knew it, dude. I knew it.
Someone, if you can show me a rapper that can eat up Tech Nine, as far as the stage show, as far as lyrics, as far as lyricism, as far as the speed, as far as, you know, being a chopper, just on point, delivery, everything.
Smoke. I'm about to give you one right now. You ready?
Now, I'm not going to believe you, but go ahead.
Hollywood.
Boo. Who?
Me, damn it, me.
No, Tech Nine is the greatest rapper of all time. You heard it here first.
All right.
You can pin it out.
Okay. My top 3 of all time. Number 3, I got to give it to Andre 3000. Lyrically, he's a beast. And I'm from the South, man. I like Southern music, so these are people that I can relate to. So it's got to be Andre. And being a part of such a influential group, Outkast, I mean, how can you not? Andre, and man, Andre went, not talking about the lyrics, but when everybody was afraid to wear colorful clothes and football pads.
Stuff that would be completely acceptable today.
100%. And during the 90s, he's like, man, I don't care. He put a turban on.
He was not afraid to be artistic when people were afraid to be artistic in hip-hop.
Right. Man, he's definitely in my top 3. Or he is. Okay, he's number 3. So number 2, I have to give it to Killer Mike. Killer Mike is a freaking beast.
Now, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So he made it into your top 3, but how did he not make it into any of the other categories?
Because as far as me listening to a song that I can ride to, or an album that I can ride to for a 4 or 5 hour trip,
so he's just at right below all those in so many categories that he makes it into the top?
Okay, like for instance, I said Pastor Troy. I said Playa Fly. They aren't the most lyrical, but they might say the songs just flow. It just rides.
Oh, he's got a hell of a flow.
He does. Don't get me wrong, but some of the songs that he makes, it's literally just lyrics. Like the beat may be trash, but what he's saying is phenomenal. A song I want to give you a recommendation. The verse he did on Chameleonaire's album, The Sound of Revenge. There's a song on there called The Sound of Ultimate Victory. The name of the song is called Ultimate Victory. It's got Pastor Troy, one of my favorites, Killer Mike, one of my favorites, and Chameleonaire, one of my favorites. Killer Mike's verse on that, I mean, he ate that crap up, dude.
Yeah, man, Killer Mike's amazing.
He's a beast.
He's a great lyricist as well. I'll say that.
So my number one of all time, Scarface. Scarface, dude.
I've seen him live.
Did you really?
Dude, I've seen every one of these guys live.
How was that?
Because when we were touring, man.
No, how was
how was the show?
How was the show?
I saw him at the Gathering one year.
That just shows you how influential ICP is.
Oh yeah, he came out wearing the whole psychopathic jersey.
Hockey jerseys?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you can look it up. There's video of it online. I was standing backstage during that show, and he didn't know what to think. He had never seen an audience like that before. Dude, he came out and rocked it though.
Man, Scarface is, and the reason I put him in there, he was a beast with the Ghetto Boys. And this is highly debatable, guys, but T.I. runs around and shout out to T.I., but he runs around and says he's the king of the South. If you ask real hip hop heads, I'm not going to say in the North, but in the South, I'm willing to bet 70 to 80% of those people will say Scarface is probably the king of the South.
All right, let's look at it this way. If you want to know who the king of the South is,
okay,
we have Ludacris has got to be in there. T.I. forced itself into that conversation.
Well, he brought up the name.
Yes. It's definitely Scarface. Would you throw 8-Ball in there?
No.
3-6 as a group.
Definitely.
Bun B.
Damn, not Bun B, but definitely Pimp.
Pimp C.
I wouldn't, but man, that's a whole nother show. King of the South, man. Did I get to my number one? That was Scarface. Okay, yes. Yeah. So yeah, mine's Andre 3000, Killer Mike, Scarface. And this dude, Scarface, I'm sure you guys everyone's heard it, but there's a song Scarface made with Tupac. Oh my god. I can't remember how the hook goes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know the song.
Cry for me, won't you? I don't know if that's it. Won't cry.
Jesus, man, that was a long time ago.
Me.
I don't want to make an ass of myself and say the wrong lyrics, but
he's a beast. But
yeah, you know that Tech Nine did a song with Tupac
when he was alive.
Yes.
Shut up.
You know, it may have been one of those remixes that they sold one of the verses after he was dead, but there was a song called "Thugs Get Lonely" too.
Do you know what year it came out?
That should have, man, it probably came out like 97, 98 after he was dead.
So, well, he died in 97.
But he recorded so many songs.
That's why you can't put Biggie and Pac in the same conversation. Yes.
They had a short run.
Biggie had 2 albums.
Well, Tupac was alive for 3 albums, but ended up producing like 4,000.
Tupac put out more albums while he was dead than when he was alive.
Probably 10 times as many when he was dead.
I'm almost positive on that, man. I'm a huge Pac fan, but you can't, man. And honestly, dude, I'm going to say this. I feel like the only reason people put Biggie in the same category as Pac,
because they were friends and they had a beef.
And they both died.
Yes.
That's the only reason. But Pac over Biggie any day of the week, man.
Do you think their devs were related?
Yeah.
Let's get into a conspiracy.
All right, we got a little bit of time. So we anything else you want to say about the top 5s?
No, that's about it, man. I love them all.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. But let's talk about this Biggie and Tupac situation. Okay. I'm a conspiracy theory head. I'm gonna look. If anybody out there, if y'all make T-shirts, please get me a T-shirt that says "conspiracy theorist" with a question mark under it. Conspiracy theorist. That's what I want. Okay.
I'm just an Illuminati soldier myself.
Yeah, guys. I don't know if you've noticed, but you see the hat he's wearing, and then watch the past videos.
I'm a traveling man.
I'm starting to get a little terrified.
This is my dog Hiram.
What he said. But anyway, back to the conspiracy theory with Tupac, man. He died. Everything connects. Numbers connect. I don't want to say something and it'd be off, but he made a album called Machiavelli, the Seventh Day Adventist. He got shot 7 times. Died at like 7 a.m, and a lot of people don't think that Pac is dead. Now you asked me, do I think is there some coalition between the both? Okay, do you know the Tupac story?
Yeah.
Okay. Tupac got shot 2 separate occasions.
Yes.
The second time he got shot, he went to New York and he went to go make some songs in a recording studio. Just so happens a few floors up or a few floors down, Biggie and Puffy were recording some songs. So Pac gets on the elevator. Someone comes out and they shoot Pac 5 times. Now someone runs upstairs and they tell Biggie, "Hey, Pac downstairs, they just shot him." Biggie gets his gun, runs downstairs. Now Pac is going in and out of consciousness when this is happening. So when he comes back to consciousness, the one person he sees standing over him
is
Biggie Smalls. So in Pac's eyes, he's looking at it like, you was my dog. You betrayed me, bro. So after that, then you know what the next song that came out?
Who shot you?
No.
Hit him up.
That's why I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker. Pac came out, excuse the language, but when Pac came out, man, and then Biggie came out with "Who shot you?" But yes, I think I can tell you who killed Tupac. Tupac isn't alive. Orlando Anderson, do your Googles, killed Tupac.
Who ordered the hit? Suge Knight
or Puffy?
Yeah,
I don't know. Because if you want to say Suge Knight, how come he wasn't hit in the car?
Didn't Eminem just accuse Puffy of doing it? Subliminally?
I think, guys, here's the conspiracy. I think, okay, right before Pac died, they were going to start something up called Death Row East. And because the reason Pac wanted to leave
He wanted to start his own label.
And Suge wasn't having that.
No, yeah. You don't cross Suge.
No, dude, we could talk about that too. But Suge said, listen, don't leave. Stay with me. I'll give you your own. So he made up something called Death Row East. You can actually watch a video on YouTube where Tupac is in New York and he's like, we're going to get rid of all this bull crap music in the North, the Nas, the Jay-Z's, the Puffies. He was like, and he asked the reporter, Mobb Deep, all of them. He asked the reporter, he said, do you believe in Jesus? The reporter said, yes. He said, well, then believe in Death Row East. So yes, I believe it did have some intertwinement within the two.
Okay, so the next question is, why did they never find the killers?
Well, they did. People don't want to. He hasn't been convicted. He's dead.
I mean, the case is still unsolved as far as the police go and internal affairs, or not internal affairs.
We're talking about Pac or Biggie?
Both of them.
Biggie's killer has never been found. Pac's killer would have been found if he didn't die. If you look at
isn't that convenient though?
Yeah,
we can just blame it on somebody who's already dead because he's not talking.
Right. That's why the conspiracy. They say he's in Cuba. They say he's still alive. Is because the person Orlando Anderson. He was a Crip. He was the
guy they were stomping out at the casino
at the Mike Tyson fight.
Yeah.
Orlando Anderson's guys jumped one of Tupac's guys and took all his chains. Then just so happened they were at the Mike Tyson fight and. They saw Orlando Anderson there. So there's video of Tupac stomping his head in. A few days later, that night, Tupac pulled up in the car with Suge and they shot him. So if there's some documentaries out, Orlando Anderson killed Tupac. I'm willing to bet money on that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, it comes down to Were the police involved, or did they just see it as good riddance to bad rubbish? You know, we've got these trouble starters off the streets. Is the why they never felt like this case needed to be closed.
Have you ever heard of the hip hop police?
Explain.
The hip hop police, and they still exist today. A lot of people say that's
When you go on the list.
yes, to where you are so influential. You have such a huge gathering. A lot of people say Tekashi 6ix9ine was set up from, excuse me, guys, from the hip hop police. But yes and no to what you're saying. Yes, because they looked at it like there's an East Coast versus West Coast war. The two biggest people within this East Coast West Coast war have just died. So let's just leave it alone. Now it calms down.
Yeah,
that's my opinion.
I agree. I mean, it makes sense. I can't say I agree because I don't know.
Right.
But it makes sense.
Yeah.
That, you know, we've got them off the streets. We can end all this violence that's going on between the two.
Right.
So who cares who shot him? That's what I'm not saying that. That's what the police would be saying.
All right, guys. Well, this was a fun episode here. This is the fifth episode of the Trash Talk podcast, guys. We talked about our top 5 rappers from the new generation, our top 5 from the old generation, our top 5 producers, lyricists, and top 3 of
Greatest
all time.
Of all time.
Right. So
and groups, if you didn't say that.
And groups. He's right. I got a terrible memory, guys. Listen to the first episode and you know why. But anyway, anything else you want to add to the people?
You know, lyricists are better than rappers.
I think they're the same. You can be a rapper and a lyricist, man.
You can.
It's the same thing.
But if you're a rapper and not a lyricist, what are you doing with your life?
So you're not a fan of like the Lil Yachty's and
nah. Mumble rap, nah, you can have it.
So, but even if you're in the club just vibing, like
no, I agree. If you get in that zone, you know, you're just listening to the beat, yeah. But I can't do it. Like I need to, like, you know, people. I heard this debate. It may have been Charlemagne's show or whatever.
The Breakfast Club.
Yeah, they may have been talking about it one day, and who was it that was on? And he was saying, you don't listen to Tupac in your car. I mean, no, Eminem. Sorry.
Oh, damn. Who said that?
Yeah, he's like, there's no way you just, was it
Dame Dash, maybe?
Cameron? No,
Dame Dash, I want to say.
Was it?
I don't know. I want to say it was Dame Dash.
Because it was Charlemagne that was saying, you know, yeah, I check out all of Eminem's new stuff. He's like, you ain't listening to that in your car with your old lady.
You have to agree, though. You ain't riding down the street listening to California, but you'll ride down the car.
Well, he was talking about Eminem, but...
Okay, yeah, you're right.
Man, back when we was in school, everybody was bumping that.
Yeah, but you ain't riding down the street smoking a joint with your chick playing Die, bitch, die.
Yeah.
But you'll listen to some just, you get what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I mean, you ain't in the club listening to it's 3 a.m. in the morning, put my key in the door, and bodies laying all over the floor.
Right.
I don't know how they got there, but I guess I must have killed them.
You know my favorite Eminem song?
What was that?
Kim.
And
Stan, man. Stan.
I get it, man. But yeah, you ain't listening to that in the club. But,
no.
Man, I music is a different experience for me, man.
Well, it's subjective.
It is.
Yeah, it's
art.
Exactly. You may like something that I might not like. I might like something that you may not like. It's subjective. So.
Exactly. So make up your own mind. Listen to what you want to listen to. Don't listen to us. We're just some idiots speaking into a microphone.
We're trash talkers, guys.
Exactly.
So with that being said, Trash Talk episode 5, top 5. Guys, we want to say we love you.
I love you more than him.